Hi, everyone. This is Mr. Martis. We're getting ready to start chapter 9. That's the chapter on pointers. Pointers are a necessary evil since we are studying the C++ language in CIS 115. We need to take time to go over them. There's a lot of legacy code and lots of programs out there using pointers. In the field of computer science, um, pointers is one of those debated topics, pros versus cons. Um, it's a really powerful tool. Personally, when I write programs, I kind of, if I can, I steer away from pointers. A lot of languages no longer support pointers, but it's something we need to go over, and it's something as far as material that we are responsible for. So, chapter 9, we're not going to do a super deep dive, but I need to go over this, and you all need to do some work and some practice handling pointers. All right, this will be the first of several videos. Um, if you want to read ahead, read over chapter 9. A lot of the programs that I'm going to demonstrate to you in these videos are variations or real similar because it's pretty much classic um, pointer explanations. All right, to get started, we're going to go back and talk about some stuff that we've used in the past. All right, I've got a little snippet of code here. You can see 4 lines right here of things you've seen before. I've got a string car equals Lamborghini. Then I'm going to see out the address of the car, which is, and it's going to be the ampersand, which we've used in functions. All right. So this basically means the address of car. Right. If I print this out like this, I am just going to get an address. All right. That's been assigned by the computer of Lamborghini. And you all have seen how Visual Studio's C++ um, prints out addresses. All right, another thing that we touched on way back in chapter 2, I believe, the size of a car is, and that's going to give us how much memory Lamborghini takes up. Remember, this is dynamically allocated by the system, the amount, and it'll give us the amount of memory in bytes that Lamborghini takes up. And finally, just as a reminder that this is still a variable, a string variable, I'm just going to print out the car is and Lamborghini. So let's print this out real quick. All right, you can see up here, you can see the address. This might vary from machine to machine, but you can see what it is on my machine, the address of Lamborghini, of car. The size, it takes up actually 40 bytes. That kind of surprised me when I ran this program just a few minutes ago. I guess I was expecting maybe 15, 20. I wasn't expecting 40 bytes. And finally, I see when I did the output for car, I got the car is Lamborghini. All right. Those are just a little bit of a review because we'll need to know a few of those things as we go into the rest of this program. All right, I got another little chunk of code here. That's our first to get our first little exposure to pointers. All right, to start this program, what I want to do is I want to define a variable num1, and I want to assign the value of 100 to it. No magic there. We did this stuff 100 times. All right. The next thing I want to do in this line should be new to you if you haven't had a lot to deal with pointers. I want to define an integer pointer, and I'm going to call it PTR pointer. All right. And I'm going to assign it a null pointer, which just basically means this is a pointer that's not pointed at anything. That's what null pointer means. It's not pointed at everything. So this line gives me a pointer that points to an integer, but right now it's not pointing to anything. All right. Kind of let that sink in for a second. These concepts, I mean, there are people that absolutely, I'm not a fan of pointers, but there's people that absolutely hate pointers. You just need to understand the concept and really be able to understand how they're used. And there might be times that that you actually want to use them, and just to know them that they're available in the C++ language. All right, line 23. All right, this is important. All right, the pointer variable is going to point at what's at the address of num1. Okay, so the pointer variable is pointing towards the memory location of num1. So it's pointing at the address where 100 is stored. Okay. All right. This will show you a little bit about, this will show you, I'm going to block this off because we're going to take this in little pieces. So you, all right. So pointer is pointing at the address of num1. So here's two ways the value of num1 can be printed out. All right. I can do the same thing that y'all did hundreds of times. I'm going to see out, I'm going to output num1. Then I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to see out what's pointed to by pointer. All right. This asterisk means that this it's called dereferencing. All right. So what it does is this isn't going to see out pointer. It's going to see out what's pointed to by pointer. So the asterisk means dereferencing. If I would just see out pointer here, it would point out, it would output an address. But now with this, since I dereferenced it, it's going to see out what's pointed to by pointer. So again, here's the value of num1 printed two different ways. Just the regular way we're used to. Now we're going to see out what's pointed at by the integer pointer PTR. Okay, there it is. Here's the value in num1 printed two different ways, 100, 100. So both of these things are talking about the same thing, but going at it from a different direction. All right. Now, indirectly, we can use a pointer to change what's at this location. So this is what this line here is saying. Line 31 is what's pointed at by PTR pointer. I probably maybe should have named this something else, but it's pretty common that people use PTR for pointers. Okay. What's pointed at by pointer now equals 200. So what's going to happen is it's going to basically change what's at the address of num1. All right. Num1 is going to be changed indirectly by this dereferenced pointer. All right. It is just going to go in and change the value of num1 to 200. All right. I'll go ahead and explain the rest of this code here. Once again, here's the value of num1. I'm going to print out what's at num1. Then I'm going to print out what's pointed to, dereference pointer, what's pointed to by this, what I've got highlighted. All right. So indirectly, you can see here, once again, here's the value of num1, 200, 200. All right. I indirectly change the value of what was at num1. So these are two different ways I can access and change the integer value num1. And I got one last line of code for this video. All right. I want to show you if I see out pointer, and here it is. Up here, I printed out the dereferenced pointer. All right. What's pointed to by pointer. If I print out PTR, this is what I get. I get an address. If I see out pointer, I get an address. All right. Okay. This is pretty typical. I try to keep this video short. Accompanying this video is going to be a question, just to show your understanding of it. I'm going to actually do several of these videos for you to watch over the weekend. You can see it's not very time intensive, but this is where we can work when we come together on Monday. If y'all don't watch these videos, y'all come to class. I'm going to basically start it with questions. And if one question is, well, what are pointers? It's obvious you didn't watch the video. All right. I'll give you plenty of time to watch these videos, but there's no making up the videos. These are easy points. You just have to listen to me and answer. This is the same thing as your lecture. All right. With my students in high school, we always do this flipped classroom model. At first, they're a little bit shaky on it. Some of them miss a few of these, but in the end, they like it because, unlike a lecture, they can go back and watch it once or twice, or even actually use it for studying for the midterm or the final. All right. If you got any questions about this video, feel free to email me anytime. My email is on the syllabus. And otherwise, I will be talking to you again in another video here over the next few days.